Holy shit, Connor.
What's up? Welcome.
Welcome back, everybody.
I almost said welcome to Counting Cryptids, but
Well, I mean,
you already know where you're listening to Counting Cryptids.
because it said it already.
Said it right there.
That new
in
intro
the
music, Connor. Let's go.
This is second season. This is official first episode of the second season.
We recorded another one that was gonna be, and then decided that this one would be better.
This one went a lot of different ways as far as getting to this point. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Not our usual, like, yeah, we know what we're doing for the most part. It was a few topics we jumped through.
Yeah, we kind of switched around. It's fine. We also had a quick scare. I thought I lost my notes.
Right before we started recording.
Thank goodness for that autosave shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Microsoft Word.
Real quick, if you're at work and you're sitting behind a computer, quick hit that.
If you have something you're working on, go ahead and
S.
save it real quick.
Yeah.
Just as your daily reminder.
There's a precaution warning label on our podcast. Like, whatever happens to your computer while listening to Counting Cryptids is not
Stays on your computer when you were listening to Counting Cryptids. Is that what you were going to say?
I like that a lot. But we're not responsible for any damage caused to your computer. Linked or not to the podcast.
That doesn't mean you can watch porn on your computer at work. So we have a couple of reviews to do. I think we're going to save those for the end.
Yes.
Thanks if you left one. Again, those will be at the end of the episode. Also, real quick, I mean, how are you, Connor? How was your break?
How was my
break?
Yeah,
like not doing episodes? Did you do anything in particular, or just like exist on your couch like a piece of shit?
Like a boo hag, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I really that's all I did. I've been kind of working on some music, but just been really enjoying like EDM music lately.
Interesting.
And I just I have some ideas about that. I don't know how to express those ideas because I don't know how to play an instrument other than the drums.
Okay.
But there's ideas.
All right.
As you heard in the intro, I played with that.
I'm a big fan. You just like randomly, I didn't really know you were working on any of that, and you just sent it to me like a couple of days ago. You're like, hey,
check this out real quick.
I did something with the audio, and you didn't tell me like what you did.
I didn't want to say right off the bat.
Yeah,
like,
you just hey, I was messing around with some
intro?
audio stuff. I'm gonna send it your way if you want to check it out real quick. I just thought it was like you were fucking with some levels or something. I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, yeah, it sounds great, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to expect.
It was cool.
And it may change between the recording and when the episode drops. So it might be even cooler than we're listening to.
It's probably going to be the exact same, but that's fine. Either way, so I texted you the other day, or I was talking to you the other day, and I had something I needed to fucking tell you. I was like, I'm going to wait and tell you on the podcast because I think you're going to find it hilarious. So
but you're doing good.
I'm doing well.
All right?
Yeah. So this is, it was like just a couple of days ago. So on Sunday,
yes,
I believe it was this last Sunday, I was... it was like, I don't know, it's after 9 o'clock. We're winding down, getting ready to go to bed. The wife comes down to switch a load of laundry. She comes back up and says, hey, the faucet connecting the water to the washing machine is dripping a little bit. Can you go and fix it? I'm like,
what do I look like, a plumber?
Yeah, fucking exactly. I'm not what you call a handyman, Connor. But
if you want me to get over something,
so
quick,
I just fucking went downstairs. I was like, we're just gonna
check this
lefty
off.
loosey righty tighty. Like, I got this, bitch. So I'm downstairs, and I touch it with my hand, and the second my hand touches it, it just breaks. And so before I have any idea what's happening, like 4.5 gallons of water have hit me in the face, and so I am just completely stunned at this point. There's just water going everywhere. It's like a fucking cartoon in my house. There's a fire hydrant open just in the wall.
Can I say something really quick before you get into the rest of this story?
Yes.
Okay, so I, like a fucking psychopath, I texted Jacob and Morgan, who has been on the podcast before. I texted both of them, and I was like, hey, idea. Might be a psychopath, but I want to know how people react to really like stressful situations. I would have loved to see your face at the moment that pipe just burst and water poured all over you.
Well, what I will say is, I mean, it took but a moment for a lot of water to come out of that.
Yeah, just explode.
So it happened very quickly, and It wasn't very long. So, I mean, the water shut off is right there. So I took like 2 steps to the left and I'm pulling it out. I'm getting the water shut off. But so I stepped to the side, the wife standing behind me. So now she's getting blasted with water. So she didn't get hit very much. She took a step away and there was a door that swung closed. So it stopped spraying out into the main room. It was just hitting the wall and stuff. So I got the water shut off and it was just dripping for a long time. But then I was out of water for the day. Shout out to Greg for coming to fix it. That was cool. I didn't have to do anything.
Greg.
But yeah, that was so I'm sitting there covered in water. Can't shower, because I have no water. But sucks. I'm downstairs just covered, just using dirty towels that are on the floor down there for waiting to go into the laundry next to clean up the fucking water everywhere. But she's got to get her parents on FaceTime instead of helping me clean up all the fucking water.
Check out what Jacob just did.
Like literally, exactly. It's just like, fucking help me 4 times.
Are
I'm like,
they coming now? Like, unless they're coming like today.
Yeah, like
maybe wait.
I get it, but at the same time, you can call them at 5 fucking minutes. Like it will still be broken then, but there will be not water all over the floor. I don't know.
I wouldn't call my parents I wouldn't call them probably after 7, but like if it was an emergency, I might not call them after 8. Like 100%, Jacob's probably the first person I call. Like, hey man, like you probably can't help. No big deal. I just wanted to tell you.
Need to let you know both of my legs are broken and I'm on fire. Stop, drop, and roll, brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was
sounds like an interesting
an ordeal. It was not a good way to start my Monday. Not having water to go to the bathroom or shower or make my food. Man.
I didn't even think about not being able to take a dump.
Yep.
Did you go out back with the dog, or
no? I waited until I got to work and then clogged the toilet and almost overflowed it. Then when it was about to overflow, I went to go hit the water shut off. It fucking broke in my hand.
What do I look like, a plumber?
What is this shit though? Like really, what?
He's got the Midas touch, but every time he touches something, it breaks.
Well, but
I totally did.
So like he took it in when he went to go get a new piece. He brought that in and they gave him the one for free. So like the one that we had was defective or something somehow.
I mean, yeah, you got that.
We just had replaced it. It was not that long ago. And all I was thinking is just like, in retrospect, it was funny. It was funny as fuck quick, but I was still too mad to laugh about it.
Yeah, like I was just like, shit.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it too. It's like, honestly, it's a lot. Well, it wasn't that expensive to do all the stuff and whatever, but I'm glad it happened when I was home and when I did it instead of just like
not knowing
when I was at work. Like, cool, we've been at work for 2 hours. It breaks at 10 o'clock. It's going for 6 hours, just pumping gallons and gallons and gallons of water into my basement. Like, that would have fucking sucked because that would have ruined a lot of stuff, and they would have gone through a lot of water that I would have had to pay for.
Yeah, that would In hindsight, that would have been a real shit.
Yeah, situation. So that's the thing. It's just like it fucking sucked, but like as soon as it was over, I was like, this could have been so much worse in so many different ways.
I could have died.
It's seriously like that could have actually fucked me up hard or done a lot of damage to my house. Like I have insurance, but
at least it was from it's not from your water heater.
Yeah, water heater's brand new though, so.
I heard a water heater can blow through your fucking roof.
Yep. Kind of on to the episode. I just needed to tell you about that situation in my life. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yes, I mean, since we both told how we're doing, how are you doing? Drop us a line at countingcryptids.com.
This episode was brought to you by cryptid counters like you. This episode was suggested by Ashton via email.
What's up, Ashton? Thanks for emailing. This is a minute ago. This was back from November.
It was. Sorry, it took so long.
Yeah, we didn't. I think I replied. I kind of feel bad.
I have no idea if you fucking replied.
I don't think I replied. I kind of didn't want to say anything like, hey, like.
So we ignored you, and you probably don't listen to the podcast anymore because we ghosted you.
Sorry, Ashton.
Maybe you'll see this. Who knows? But the email
us back if you're listening still. Like, I will reply.
It says, "Hey guys, I'm assuming both of you read this. Probably wrong. We do. Connor texts me every time somebody sends us an email. He's like, hey, somebody sent us an email. I do, but I don't fucking check it.
Okay, good. I'm glad I text you that.
Like you get notifications when something comes through. I don't. That's the thing.
Constantly.
He'll let me know. I check it. I read it. I live in South Carolina. Not giving you my exact location.
Good idea.
Call. But there is a cryptid called a Boo Hag. Ridiculous name, and it's something I'd love to see you do. I just think y'all would find more information than me, and I absolutely love y'all. Oh, sorry. Also, I absolutely love y'all. I listen to y'all while I'm sewing. Stay cryptid, Ashton. First of all, thank you for writing in and suggesting an episode. Love to hear from everybody. I don't know if we're going to be able to find more information than you, but we will certainly try and be more entertaining than the white text on the black background of every website that has info on the subject.
Or the images in your head.
Also, I loved the Stay Cryptid. I might steal that from you. Okay, so today you saw in the description, we're talking about the Boo Hag.
Yes, thank you, Ashton, for suggesting the Boo Hag. I think it was probably on our radar a little bit, but...
Nah, not mine at all. I don't think so.
I think I was aware of a Boo Hag. No idea what it was.
I don't think I was. I have something down here about this. I was unaware of any of like the folklore of just like a hag.
Yeah.
Really at all. I just had heard it as like a term of being like a rude way to describe like an old or ugly woman.
Do you have a definitive description?
I have a mythical creature from the folklore of Goya culture, I believe is how you pronounce that.
Gala or Goya.
Yes. Gullah?
Gullah Island.
Gullah. All right. So from Wikipedia, there are African Americans who live in the low country regions of the United States, of the U.S. states of Georgia and South Carolina specifically.
A little bit of Louisiana, I think, as well.
So the Boo Hag is, it's not often like compared to a vampire in the sense that it sucks your life away. Giggity. But is obviously more akin to the hag myth that we just talked about, which is basically just a witch, especially one in the form of an ugly or old woman. According to folklore, a hag sat on a sleeper's chest and sent nightmares to him or her. When the subject awoke, he or she would be unable to breathe or even move for short periods of time, similar to what is now known as sleep paralysis. And now my childhood seems a little bit more terrifying.
I'm glad your childhood was terrifying. Mine wasn't.
Yeah, I'm not really so glad about that, but okay.
I'm sure if I saw a therapist, there'd be a lot of suppressed memories, but let's just not go there. Let's live in the now. While they're not out doing their nightly ridings, they steal a victim's skin. They wear that as long, like they wear that like fucking clothes.
Skin suits?
Skin suits, yeah.
Sick.
And
so they're otherwise skinless, though. From my research,
yeah, they're kind of like skinless, red. You know, I would just like picture muscle and veins. And blood
just
and
bloody and just raw.
It's gross. Yeah, just raw meat.
Ugh.
Slapping around in the night. According to, so they wear that skin for as long as they can. Like I would assume it kind of just decomposes on them
until it rots out.
Yeah, which
is a horrific thought.
I looked up how long it takes for human flesh to like deteriorate and rot,
and now you are on 3 lists.
It'd be less than a month. Just so you know,
just so you know,
and especially if you consider like just running around in all of the time, like
the wear and tear of that's just like sitting around. You're not really discussing the wear and tear of decomposition.
By the way, we forgot to mention this at the beginning. It is Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day.
We picked the most Valentine Day cryptid we could find, and that was the Boo Hag. Thank you, Ashton.
So I saw it used as witchcraft to manipulate people and steal energy from the living while they sleep. So if a Boo Hag takes a liking to you, they will follow you home and wait till you're asleep, then crawl in through any small crack or crevice and mount you and suck your, quote, life force out via your breath. I saw in one place that they like drink blood through your nose, but that seemed a little too vampire-y, like a little too on the nose.
Oh, you ruined my joke because I was going to say, if that's not Valentine's Day, then I don't know what is.
Sucking out your, quote, life force.
Yes. It's essentially like a witchy one-night stand is what the Boo Hag does. Just slips in, does its thing, and bails. It'll be back.
Nowhere did I actually. It uses like mount and ride a lot. But I never saw anything about penetration, so we can't assume.
I'm just speculating. You don't sneak into a man's house in the middle of the night just to
suck his life
suck
force
his
and leave.
nose. You're sucking something else. This is what you do when like
Just need to breathe your breath.
So what do you tell your buddies? Like, hey man, I had a boo hag last night. You just wink. You're at the bar.
Nope, we're trying to not be very offensive towards women in this episode because a lot of this stuff can
very
kind of
offensive towards women and
a little bit. There's a little racy stuff in here as well. So we're trying to dig through some of that and be moderately sensitive, but also still jackasses. So if you're being hunted by a boo hag, and you'll know, you need. Connor,
so if you're being hunted by a boo hag, you might feel that the air around you becomes hot and damp and smells like something is rotting.
Oh, like human flesh?
I would assume probably,
okay. Or just maybe it just smells like that because it's just like
raw meat flopping around in the night.
Okay.
Just slapping around your
crevasses. Stop with that slapping.
One of my favorite words as of late. That track was slappy, dude. What did you ask me originally?
I just kind of said, Connor.
How to kill one?
I said, if you're being hunted by a boo hag.
If you think you have a boo hag infestation and you want to catch the boo hag, you must first trick it into thinking you're sleeping.
Okay.
So in a lot of the stories, either the sus, lady.
The sus, usually the boo hag in question?
Yes. Usually the wife, somehow. Some asshole gets tricked into becoming a wife with this boo hag. Which I will tell a story later on. Some boo hag stories. Usually they go to bed with the husband and like disappear during the night and come back, or they like just stay up late and then
go to bed.
Usually,
like never. Yeah.
Go to bed like first thing in the morning, like before dawn.
Before the other person would wake up.
Yes.
Just so it's like, yeah, see, I was in bed.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time. So what you should do, you wake up in the middle of the night, some random night. It's 3 a.m. You're like, where the fuck is my wife at? So you notice they're out. And the first time you might, maybe you don't. Maybe you're a trusting lover. And you, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I woke up, my wife wasn't gone. You're like, oh, she's just getting a drink. I mean, she's just not in the bedroom. I'm going back to fucking sleep. I'm not dwelling on it too much.
No, I'd be weirded out if my wife wasn't in bed. If I woke up and she wasn't in bed, I was like, this is odd. If it was still night, I'd be like, this is odd.
You live different lives.
We certainly do.
But yeah. So I wouldn't check the first night. Give it make it until it's like
I'm not like a super
thing.
heavy sleeper either. So it's one of those things like I would notice if she got up or be able to like hear her in the house doing something, or there would be a light on or something. I'm very like
attuned to
detail oriented with things, kind of, where it's just like I notice like the dumbest OCD. Fucking actually though, it's just like this piece of paper was at a 90-degree angle when I left and it's 45 now. Who the fuck is touching this piece of paper? I don't understand.
What's going on with
that kind of shit? Yeah, fucking
give it some time, let it become a pretty reoccurring thing.
Okay.
Like if it happens once a week, I probably would be thinking about it. But if it was like once every year, forget about it.
Yeah. If it's like a regular thing, you begin to notice that there's a pattern of like
especially considering
night,
that
right around midnight you slip out of bed.
Don't give it more than a month, because by that time the body will be rotted. You're already dead.
How did you like meet and marry this individual in under that time?
So give it about 3 days. Give it about 3 days and then jump on that shit. Figure out what's going on.
So is it like, okay, maybe it's like is it like take over your wife? Is that what that is? Or is it
I don't think it takes over
you? Is it like some sort of shapeshifter sort of scenario?
It is like a shapeshifter is what I saw in parts.
Okay.
But putting on clothes doesn't seem like a shapeshifter to me.
Well, it's not really clothes, it's skin.
Like, why'd you marry this random lady that came in from the swamp with her
mail order bride or something? I don't really understand. I don't even know where the fuck we're at. This is a fantastic start to season 2, everybody.
Yes. So, a few days go by.
Jesus Christ, we're still there? Okay.
Your bitch ain't coming home at night. She shows up in the morning all hot and sweaty. Like, what the fuck, bitch? Where you been?
Again, we're trying to be like not very disrespectful, and you keep doing this shit. Bitch, where you been?
I mean, I wasn't saying like that.
No, I know.
But like, bitch, where you been? Like, where you been? Why you coming home sweaty and hot at dawn? Wait, one night while they're gone, you notice your wife's not in bed. Go to the closet or underneath the stairs. I've seen that they hide their skin in the closet or underneath the stairs.
Yes, they take off their skin when they go on their night strolls to go torture other people.
Yes. Then you salt the shit out of that.
I saw salt and pepper. Oh yeah, I put you just have to find the skin and season it generously with salt and pepper. The Boo Hag will not be able to re-enter the suit.
I saw that won't be able to. Also, I saw that it would fucking explode.
I never saw exploding.
In the one story I'm going to read later.
All right, that's
it fucking explodes at the end.
Odd.
How can you prevent the Boo Hag from coming before it coming?
Okay. So if you are being hunted by a Boo Hag, you need to leave a straw broom at the foot of your bed. A Boo Hag will have to count the bristles on the broom, but often get distracted and lose count because they want you so bad and they just have to start over until like day comes and then they have to go hide because they can't be out during the day unless they're wearing the skin. So just continue doing this for 3 nights and then you'll be rid of the Boo Hag. Apparently strainers also work because they need to count all the holes. I don't know if you could just like put a handful of sponges on your bed and then, you know, like that one would be really fucking tough, or like ceiling tiles, you know, because at like a fucking school.
Just install ceiling tiles in your bedroom, or you could leave a old dirty sock.
Stripes on a pillowcase on the wall behind you.
There's so many things to count. Jacob would just be counting everything. Just be like, oh
back
shit.
To my OCD.
How many fucking flowers are lining the studio walls?
So one way to tell that you have been targeted by a Boo Hag is that you will hear it like knocking around underneath your house during the day, where it retreats to hide. Yeah, just you hear like thumping around down there, I guess. Another way is if you wake up in the morning and you're absolutely exhausted and just cannot get out of bed. Yep. So apparently I've been suffering from Boo Hag attacks my entire life. Yes, exactly. I don't know. That one seems like that's like do you have trouble sleeping at night?
You may have been visited.
Do you sometimes not feel well when you wake up in the morning?
Do you have all other symptoms
the occasional
of humanity?
Bout of constipation or the occasional bout of diarrhea? Yes, I am a human being. I experience discomfort sometimes. Like, I don't need you to fucking give me antidepressants because I didn't sleep. So I saw in one place, and I think you had also found this later in a separate place to confirm it, that putting a gun next to your bed would help because they can't stand the smell of gunpowder.
Yeah, the sulfur in the gunpowder.
Interesting. Couldn't you just like use gunpowder instead of the gun, or is that just like I can just leave a gun here, but like, or just like bullets because that's where the gunpowder is.
Gunpowder on the top of your.
Well, you could probably do like a salt circle too.
I mean, it's not like Ghost, but
it's a witch.
I would just like
you salt it if it's not supposed to get skin.
I would just salt all my floors.
I think like so I think like if you salt your windows, like where the crevice where it would come in.
That would make sense, yeah.
Because like also painting stuff indigo, is that what you would
Indigo blue.
Indigo blue. Apparently that's like a thing with other entities in this folklore as well, as just like painting, like it specifically
is that
saw
what
like
the Giver was about?
Oh, fucking if I know, bro. I just saw like just like if like go and paint the top of your window blue where it would like get in if there's like a little crack there.
I saw that for a Boo Hag to get a skin in the first place, the victim will have to like struggle.
Yes.
Because often the Boo Hag will leave the victim alive so they can use it, like keep coming back.
In the future and continue to do that. So, yeah, I had seen like if you wake up during a Boo Hag attack, just like play dead or asleep, you know, like don't do anything, because if you fight, then it steals your skin. It's like, nope, this is going to be an issue. We're done here.
Yeah, it might leave you alone if you.
Yeah, it's like, cool, this is going to be an easy meal. Like, I'm just going to keep doing this slowly and just do that.
And that might be the thing in the story later. Maybe he was the one, like, he was one of her. Maybe she hit 3.
Oh, there's like a rotation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
interesting.
He was a part of the chain.
Well, do you want to get into that now then? We've been talking about that story a little bit. How about you?
Yeah. So this one comes from AmericanFolklore.net, which will be available at CountingCryptids.com. You'll be able to find that link. I've condensed this down so fucking much. Like I said, if you want to read that whole thing, go to AmericanFolklore.net.
We'll have a link in the description.
So it starts out with a young Bobby who was searching for love. He Asked
In
out
all
of,
the wrong places.
yeah, he works at a grocery store. I think this is
Just
reflecting on
checking
my own
people
life.
out in 2 ways at once. Beep. So you come here often? Beep. Yeah, I do too. Beep. It's a really good place. I love the atmosphere, you know. Beep. I just get beep. Have a lot of conversations with some cool. Can I get your phone number? Beep.
Just enter
No?
your
Okay,
phone
that's
number
cool.
there on the. They literally will
I'll give you
tell
25% off if you give me my phone number.
I will give
Or
you
your phone number.
I will give you rewards points if you give me
If
your
you
phone number.
know what I mean.
Happy Valentine's Day. So this is a perfect one. He's looking for love. Little Bobby. So he had asked out a bunch of girls on dates and nobody wanted to fuck him. I mean,
Do we know how old little Bobby is?
I don't know how old exactly.
Is he trying to get laid, or is he just...
It's probably just a made up story. So we'll get that out of here right off the bat.
Bobby's not real, if we're being honest.
I need a last name. I need some pictures of Bobby.
He
I
wanted to
really
remain
got
anonymous
nothing.
because he didn't want everybody to know that he was striking out with the ladies.
But why
He
go
actually
into
went by Robbie, or like maybe he went by the full.
They'll never
Robert.
guess it's you.
You just cut it down to Bobby. We don't include your last name. Nobody's ever gonna know. Sorry, go
So
ahead.
Bobby, so he works at the grocery store.
Grocery man.
His dad owns the fucking place. It's probably a small town,
I don't know why I had that Brooklyn accent because this is all Southern.
Yeah, this is
sort of
Southern-
shit. I
this
don't
is
know what I'm
Southern.
doing. Sorry.
So one day, an elderly woman and her beautiful young daughter come into town from the swamp.
Oh no, which one's the hag?
Which one's the hag? One of them's the hag.
It's got to be the young one, right? Because he's
Easy here.
okay. Sorry, I'm not getting ahead of everything. Okay.
So apparently, this young daughter of the old, I want to call her a hag because that's
Of the
how
old
I
hag.
picture. Yeah,
No, that's disrespectful, Connor.
sorry, the nice old lady from the swamp. Apparently, this young daughter has a hankering, quotes, hankering for like marrying a man
For
with
some
a steady
Bobby?
job.
Got a
And
hankering for
apparently-
some Bobby,
She's got a hankering for love.
for someone with a job.
Yeah, literally somebody with a steady job, apparently. Bobby fit that bill when he started working at the only grocery store in a 30-mile radius, probably.
I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty good way to meet all the local ladies. They've all got to, if you need food, you got
I
to come
do
to the
know a
one
lot of
grocery
local
store.
ladies. Okay. So anyway, these two young idiots decide they're going to get married.
Wow.
And they're like,
known each
hey.
other like 3 days.
Yeah, like,
Hey, you're desperate. Hey, I'm
Your grandma's
a Boo
not.
Hag.
a monster. So they get married down the. They don't want to. She doesn't want to see a priest or something. I don't know. I left it out. It didn't seem that important. But they get married.
Okay.
I'm gonna start calling this bitch Nancy. By the way.
Oh, is that her name, Nancy?
No, it doesn't say.
All right, we're calling her Nancy.
Bobby and Nancy.
Who named Nancy hurt you, Connor?
I don't know anybody named Nancy.
Okay.
That's a nice name.
All right, so Nancy.
So they get married, and then he rents this cabin, like right down the street from the grocery store, like some honeymoon cabin. I'm picturing it like right next door.
I
like-
mean, to be fair, I didn't go on a honeymoon. So
I didn't either.
I mean,
So-
I went to Omaha the next day
I went
and
there.
you came along.
That was awesome.
We went to the zoo.
I love going to the zoo. We got this small little shack on the other side of town, and they're enjoying their time together. You know, on that first day, you know, it's kind of, I'm just going to call it the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, you
but
know,
it's-
in and out and up and down. And
yes,
I need to cut that out.
on the sewing machine. Nancy likes to knit and sew. So Bobby goes to bed and she's like, yeah, I'm going to stay up and I'm going to sew and I'm going to sing. Like, you go off to bed. I'll just be out here in the living room knitting up, you know, like a body bag or something. Just don't worry about me. So, you know, he kind of thought that was weird. He thought we were going to do it tonight. Like, what the fuck? But he wakes up in the morning and he's probably from a smaller town. He probably wakes up pretty early. If he's anything like me, he's up well before anybody should be awake. So, you know, he's got to get to the grocery store, down to the bakery. But he noticed his wife isn't there next to him. he thinks. And that starts to become a reoccurring thing where he wakes up in the middle of the night, his wife isn't home, and then she'll like slip into bed right before dawn, like apparently all sweaty and hot. And the more it happens, the more it gets to him. He brings it up to his dad, and he's like, "Yo, Dad, like, what the fuck? My wife is stepping out on me, obviously." And apparently that it concerned his father, who gave him 3 chickens to use as a gift to give to the local conjure woman. So he tells this conjure woman, "Hey, I'll give you these 3 chickens. Let me tell you about some shit, I suppose. I think you should like see like a therapist."
Do we have like a date, a year on any of this? We have no idea how recent this was.
I'm telling you, this is a made up story.
Okay, that's fine.
So
you can continue with your made up story.
So he tells this lady, and she's like, "Pretend to fall asleep this time. Then when she leaves, follow that bitch." So he does that. And
Quoth the conjure woman.
we go through the same thing again, where she's like, "I'm going to stay up and knit and sing because it's just what I do, I suppose." And so he's like, "Well, I'm going to go to bed," and plays like he's sleeping. I don't know. It doesn't ever say like, "Hey, like she stopped singing," or "I stopped hearing her knit." Like it's a loud thing to do.
Click, 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 clickety, click, click, clickety, click, click, clickety, click, clickety, clickety, click, 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 click.
Thank you. You're really painting a picture in my mind.
Is it just bright red? Is it just rage?
Why are you doing this? So he follows her up the stairs to the attic, where he sees her sit down at the spinning wheel and spins her fucking skin off. Like I don't know how a spinning wheel works, but I'm just measuring a spinning wheel with bodies flopping, like a body flopping around on it. It's some
I gotta
sort
see
of,
if there's a meme of that exists, just a GIF that I can fucking link to.
Have you been keeping up with the latest Shaggy memes?
I don't. Where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know. I'll have to ask Liz. Liz was all about it. She explained it to somebody the other day on Facebook. I don't remember.
I'll have to. Liz, help me. Where did that come from? Also, if anybody has any idea where all of the moth memes came from and then where they went, why that happened, if someone can explain that to me, I would appreciate it.
I need more moth memes in my life.
I just remember out of nowhere one day there was just a moth meme, and then like 3 days later everything was moth memes, and it didn't last very long. But I was confused. I was confused the whole time,
and it was gone.
Yeah, and then I was like, wait, I have a lamp. So if somebody can learn us some meme shit, that'd be cool. Liz, help.
Liz, Sean.
Yeah, Sean. Jesus Christ, Sean.
Meme Lord Sean. Literally how I keep up to date with all of the latest memes is from Sean's Facebook page.
We do have a cryptid memes channel on our Discord.
We do.
Thanks to Sean.
Yep. So
if you want to get on that Discord, head over to gobblesquatch.com.
Ooh, or both work. Counting Cryptids.
They are the same.
Gobblesquatch.
It's fine. Sorry, continue with your story.
Back to my story. So he sees this, and she like slips out the window in the attic. Like I don't know how to picture.
She pulls her skin off.
Pulls her skin off, slips out the window.
Okay.
And he's like, "Holy shit!" As you would, like, what the fuck just happened? So he's freaking out. Somehow he gets to sleep that night. She slips into bed again. And he's like, got to eat breakfast with this lady that he knows is like some sort of fucking demonic monster.
See, you want eggs?
And then he's like, "Hey, I'm going to go off to the grocery store to work." And he doesn't really. And he goes over to the conjure lady and he's like, "This is what fucking happened. Like, what do I do?" She tells him, and we talked about this earlier, the blue paint.
Yes, the indigo paint.
She goes, "Hey, she also says, we didn't talk about this. Boo Daddy."
I did not see this anywhere.
I saw this in this story as well as another site. So she says, "Bobby, you got to take care of this Boo Hag, or she is going to fucking trap you and bring you to her Boo Daddy, who would devour your skin and gnaw on your bones." Some sort of whorehouse or something. Pimp. This is the Boo pimp.
He's the daddy.
He's the daddy.
Boo daddy.
He's the Boo daddy. I feel like people call me. I got it. I don't like those combination of words together.
The word daddy is
real quick. If you're listening to this before you go on a Valentine's date and actually, regardless of your gender, call the other person a boo daddy. Just slip it in. Okay, how you doing, Boo daddy? And if they don't,
no, I don't like the word daddy.
I don't either.
Something about the word daddy is just like.
I also don't like when people call them their boo. What a boo. Don't like that. I don't like that either. But if you combine the two,
no, there's something about daddy that's just weird.
Daddy is weird. I am
weird.
Not denying. For a little while, somebody at work called everyone daddy.
What's up, daddy?
Okay, so she says, Bobby, get some blue paint. You're going to have to take care of this. She tells him to paint around all the windows and doors except for one. Because you want to trap it.
So you
want to... I'm not sure why. I would just paint the whole bitch up. Then it's trapped outside.
One, so then it comes inside, and then you paint the other one that's trapped in the house.
I don't think that was the reasosoning behind it. Like,
that's not the plan?
He's not going to paint it behind her. I don't think that was the plan.
Oh, that's fucking...
He just left one open so that she would come in.
Leave her there to rot.
So he does. Paints up everything blue. She comes, she does her thing. Comes back in the morning through the one window, which I'm not sure why. Oh, no. Okay. So he paints it up. She leaves. He goes up, salts and peppers her skin on the wheel. And she comes back from her escapade, tries to put on her skin, and fucking explodes all over the swamp, and alligators eat her bits.
I thought she was in the house.
I'm just going by the story.
Okay.
No, okay. Let me backtrack real quick. So I guess the blue paint doesn't like make it so they can't come in, but it burns them on their way in. So he paints up everything, and then like she touches the blue paint and like freaks out. Like shit, like just burned me. And she's like flying around the house, tries to throw on her shit, but it has already been salt and peppered. And then it literally says, ran up 3 flights and squeezed into her skin. She barely got it on when the first light of dawn shone across the horizon. And that was when the salt and pepper started working. Oh, she flung herself out of the window.
Yeah, so the salt and pepper forced her to get out of the skin, and then her being exposed to the sunlight caused her to explode.
That makes more sense. I literally...
Is it written not fantastic, or
the whole thing is written a little bit weird?
Okay, well, but I don't know if we were credited this either.
I did, yeah.
Okay,
multiple times. So at the end of my retyping of all that, I've just put, so he did it, and I'm not good at ending stories.
All right.
I mean, that is pretty well on the same basis as everything else, like how a guy gets with the Boo Hag and then deals with it. Really, the only ending is how he deals with it. Like some poor idiot marries some way too beautiful for him lady, and he thinks it's all, roses and sex. And it's not. It's Valentine's Day.
So you talked about the end of the story. I have one that I wanted to include. Also, the context, without context on this one, it sounds fucking terrible, but this was from NorthCarolinaGhosts.com. But the end of this story says, "Man, you done married a hag," said the conjure man. And then he grabbed her and carried her out to the garden, where they threw her into that barrel of boiling pitch and burned that hag alive.
Yes, that was the other one that I did.
What else could they do?
Yeah.
Again, without
what
context,
else are we supposed to do?
That sounds fucked.
Boil them in tar? God damn it. That's what we did. Yeah, that one was an interesting one.
That one was, again, basically the exact same story.
Right. Yeah. Some poor idiot married
somebody, and then
turns out to be a hag.
She was gone all the time. That same thing. And then he salted the skin, then she couldn't get into it. She had some song or something. Some poem that she
skin, do you remember me? Skin, it's me, or something.
Skin, you know me. Skin, this is me. And she just repeats that over and over again.
That's what it was. I mean, that's creepy as fuck. But I think that one, then she just like went underneath the blankets and just like wrapped herself up.
Yeah, so you couldn't see her skin.
Then so the Conjure Man then went and like ripped
gotcha,
off the
bitch.
blanket. He's like, yeah, exactly. I don't know if we ever like described a Conjure Man, but that's kind of just like the Witch Doctor, Juju Man, Root Doctor, and Leaf Doctor is a priest or physician called upon by African tribal members and followers of religions such as Voodoo, something, and something. Practitioners who use their powers only for good, known as some word I cannot pronounce.
They white witches. They're essentially white witches, yeah.
Is it a good witch? Like, is that what you mean by white witch?
Yeah, good witch. So it's like a Conjure Man or woman is like a good witch, a good user of magic.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
I am not a witch. I'm a Boo Hag. Woo!
Did we talk about don't let the hag ride you?
Don't let the hag ride you.
And hag ridden. I kept seeing that one. If I hadn't mentioned this, I kept seeing hag ridden. It's like
hag
if you
ridden,
had,
you were ridden by the hag.
Yeah. And then the phrase, don't let the hag ride you. I kept seeing that one, but that's like a don't let the bed bugs bite sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to start saying that to my kid. It's like, Dad, what the fuck is a hag?
Don't let the Boo Hag ride you. Or don't let the hag ride you. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. That was,
Interesting. If anybody's got some insight as, maybe some more personal stories, like maybe somebody that has shared like their personal story.
Has you or a loved one been affected by a Boo Hag? Please contact us in any way possible. Yeah. So we didn't talk about this on a lighter note. The band Boo Hag.
Oh, yes.
Include a small clip from one of these tracks and a link to their Bandcamp page or something where they got some stuff. Maybe the YouTube video. There's very few views on that, so we can go get some more for them from you.
We're Boo Hag, and this is Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, so that was a clip from that.
Yeah, check out Boo Hag at their, what was it called? What was their thing called?
It's their Bandcamp. It's boohag.bandcamp.com.
And definitely go check out the YouTube link that's posted.
Yeah, we'll post something to their Bandcamp and probably a link to a video or something. Because their video didn't have a ton of views. It was like 178 or
172 views 172, on the Hoodoo Music podcast.
See what we get to after that. So I guess we're on to reviews. Thanks again, real quick, Ashton, for writing in on that. Sorry if Connor forgot to write you back. Okay, so on to reviews. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some reviews.
You have some reviews. So we have a couple of new Facebook reviews?
Yes.
Okay.
2 of them. One is from David, and they've changed the way that Facebook does reviews now.
Okay.
Still easily able to do a review, but they've changed like kind of the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star thing to just like recommends.
Yeah.
So David recommends Counting Cryptids. I'm taking that as a 5-star review. He says, great podcast. Enjoy the stories and the host's banter. Thanks, David.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you writing in.
Appreciate you listening.
And that.
And then we got another one here. I guess I should say that was just the other day ago, January 26th. And the other one is February 1st from Nathan. He also recommends Counting Cryptids on Facebook. He says, love the podcast. Been looking for something about cryptids for a while. Keep up the good work. We will keep up the podcast.
I don't know if we read Andrew's. Did we not do that on the tournament episode? We probably didn't. I don't know if we read this one. If we did, fucking sorry. There's another one from Andrew on there, January 4th. Really funny, but tend to get off topic a lot. Gives me a good laugh when I'm having a busy night at work.
We're there for you, Andrew.
Hey. Off topic a lot is my middle name. So
Being
we
there
also
for
have
people at work
another
is
one
mine.
from 4 months ago on Stitcher that I just noticed was there the other day. So sorry, Ashley G, that this took so long. 5
Appreciate
stars. It's so fun. These guys are so fun. Talking about cryptids I bet you've never heard of that have their own festivals and get off topic in a funny way a lot. Capital D.
Thanks, Ashley.
At least it wasn't capital D colon.
I'm glad we found that one on Stitcher.
Yeah, me as well. Especially since it was 4 months ago. And I feel bad that it took so long.
Yeah, again, we've said this before, but if you leave a
we haven't read
review,
it, it's probably because we haven't seen it. Like we just
good
gave
about
dates
checking
on when those were posted
iTunes,
too. So
and Facebook is really easy to check. I mean, but if you want us to read it on air, fuck it. Just email us or hit it on social media and say, hey, I dropped your review here. Check it out. And we'll say, fucking awesome, bro. And we'll read
word
it.
for word.
I will say it. Say fucking awesome, bro.
So I guess that takes us to the 1v1. Well, I mean, how do you feel at the end of this one? Do you think it's kind of hard with some of the stuff being really culturally driven to put that on it, but a lot of the stuff was just like, it kind of seemed just like, I don't know.
It's definitely a scary story to tell your children.
Yeah, I
but,
don't know what. I don't know.
What is it? What is it scaring people of?
Women.
Yeah. Swamp women.
I think women.
It's very, very fair.
I think with it's
Keep
just,
an eye on your lady.
Yeah, I don't know.
Put a
I
broom
think it's
by her
probably
bed.
right. And everything is just like broom. Like what? You're just cleaning or like a strainer. You know what I mean? It's just like it's always like cleaning or like kitchen stuff. And I'm like, why are all of these like just like tropes of like
Oppressing
woman?
women.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's one of those kinds of things. Like maybe I'm reading into this a little bit too much, but it sort of seemed like it was maybe a little bit that way. And I don't want to read into that too much, I guess. But
Yeah. It's like 1700s folklore type.
I don't know when the fuck it was. I guess I don't really have any sort of date on that. Your research was much better than mine.
I mean, it probably really wasn't.
So we voted, or we had a poll on Twitter for voting about how it was going to work for like the
Start
1v1s.
of new season.
Yeah. So this one would be up against the winner of the tournament. If you haven't listened to that episode, go pause this right now, or it's spoilers.
Yeah.
Or if you read the description of that episode, spoilers. Sorry, Sean. So the winner of that one, again, Black Shuck, if you didn't pause and go listen to that one, sorry. I guess, how do you think this is going to work? I mean, it's obvious to me.
I just imagine Boo Hag riding around a demonic
Just
dog.
riding on the dog. And I think I would give it to the dog.
I mean, easily, but
Black
I
Shuck
just
for
want to
sure.
try and make an argument for the Boo
I
Hag.
don't think this one is, it may as well have been Jackalope level up against the Black Shuck. There's no stopping it, man. It's insatiable.
It can wear people's skin, Jacob.
Oh, I forgot to mention in the reviews, we got all these fucking people keep downloading it in Canada. Where the
you
fuck
at?
are the reviews, Canada?
And we need some
Do you use
Canadian
weird
reviews.
podcast sites that I don't know of?
I mean, iTunes has a Canada, I believe.
Like Podcatcher, eh?
I think you have to.
Is it .eh? Is that how websites work in Canada?
It's okay.
Could
to
you
be
do that
mean
instead
against
of like
Canadians?
say like, you know how like if you're changing the language, all you have to do is just like /es and it will change it to Spanish, or like en is English. Is that what they do for Canada? Yeah, it's not ca, it's eh. That changes it to Canadian. They spell a boat.
Is that not racist?
It's a boat. I didn't know it's spelled the same about. There's a fucking umlaut over the O or something. I don't know.
I mean, you told
love
me
you,
you were
Canada.
You told me you were gonna go hard on Canadians this episode. You really went hard. Oh Jesus! Leave us a review if you live in Canada.
We're gonna get so many bad reviews for Canada now. My mom found out I have a podcast today.
Yes. What did she say?
So she didn't even understand at first. So
You do
she was
what?
asking what we were doing today.
And so she said she's going to a movie and then I was podcasting and she's like, oh, is that something you have to pay for? I was like, yeah, like hosting or whatever. You know what I mean? And like, she didn't understand that it was like, I have a podcast. She's like, I don't really understand how that works. So is that like, you just like listen to it? I was like, no, like me and Connor have a show.
Like,
and she's like, what? Why don't I know this? I was like, I mean, it's kind of by design. My sister's been asking me a lot about it lately, but I like won't tell her. I don't know how she found out. I think my sister or I think my wife said something.
Fucking wise man.
And so she's been asking me about it. I'm like, I don't want my sister to listen. I don't want my mom to listen. But like, you know, my mom didn't ask for the name of the show. I don't want her to listen. She doesn't fucking know how podcasts work anyway. So
my mom was a lot more chill about it than I expected. If my dad heard it, he might slap me. But your parents are both pretty like.
I do my own thing,
normal.
And they are aware of that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I've always kind of been a little different, to say the least.
Yeah, you and me both, brother.
Yeah, right.
We're sitting in your basement on the podcast.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, my family's all kind of weird, so it's cool. But yeah, so now it's out there, I guess. So now it's just a matter of time before my dad finds out. Yeah, so we resulted on we ended on Black Shuck, right? I think Black Shuck. I assume you
Black
do as
Shuck's
well.
gotta
Like,
win.
no way.
I want to make an argument for Boo Hag. It has potential to be badass, but I really just don't think it's there.
The winner of the season 1 tournament. Boo Hag ain't got nothing on me.
Boo Hag, or the Black Shuck is the Boo Daddy, the Boo Hag.
Boo Daddy.
It's the Boo Daddy.
I fucking hate that.
She's just like dropping corpses at his feet. That's like a badass metal song.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the corpse. Dropping the corpses.
Dropping corpses at my feet. Dropping corpses at my feet.
Next week, we'll have the winners of that 1v1. Put those on social media.
Go over to social media and let us know who you think would win in this altercation. I think we had talked about doing some different polls on different platforms because there's some off time for how, because like Facebook is like indefinite.
Yep.
Twitter, we can do up to a week. And
I believe Instagram is like 24 hours.
Yeah, Instagram is much shorter. So we are going to start doing some Instagram ones. I think like as we start recording. So we're going to like put out the information ahead of time, like, hey, we're recording tonight starting at this time. So then we'll post a question at the beginning and then we'll have an answer from you guys by the end into the episode if you get a chance to answer. Twitter, I don't remember what the fuck we're doing. Just head over there. Oh, sorry. Instagram was instagram.com/Counting Cryptids. All of this can be found at gobblesquatch.com and now countingcryptids.com.
And while you're those places, follow and subscribe. You're going to want to hit the bell, I think, in most places.
You know, everybody knows how to do it. It's fine.
Yeah, this is the 21st century.
I trust that you can figure it out. If not, send me an email. I'll walk you through it.
Shouldn't be listening to podcasts if you don't know how to work social media. If you found,
I'd be impressed, honestly. You can work podcasts and you don't know how to do that shit. Twitter, again, those polls last for a week. So we'll post something else in the off week, trying to get that one moving too. Twitter.com/CountCryptid. And Facebook, those polls are up indefinitely.
Probably
That's
where
Facebook.com/Counting Cryptids. That group, go and join that.
Group is good. Cryptid Counters is lit. I like that group a lot. Also, we're on Discord.
Yep, mentioned that a little bit earlier. There's links to all of this stuff is available on that website, countingcryptids.com. You can get there, gobblesquatch.com as well.
You can just find it. Just Google it. Counting Cryptids on the internet.
If you're really looking for it, it's in the episode description. If you're listening on YouTube or on Facebook, sometimes those descriptions get a little bit wonky when it transfers over because it just pulls automatically. So I'm sorry about that. Again, countingcryptids.com or gobblesquatch.com will get you to where you need those at. So if you made it this far and you're looking for those, that's where they're at.
Right.
Thanks again.
Down below.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Peace.
Thanks for checking out this week's episode.
If you want to get your 2 cents in, answer this week's polls on social media.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, as well as Discord.
Links for social media, as well as everything else we talked about on the show, are available at gobblesquatch.com.
If you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, or you just want to chat, you can email us at countingcryptids@hotmail.com.
And don't forget to subscribe, rate, and tell your friends.
I've been Jacob.
I've been Jacob.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks for another fascinating installment of Counting Cryptids.